Something I find both hilarious and heartbreaking is my comment section every time I criticize wage or income inequality in the United States.
It genuinely seems like right-wingers simply do not understand that other people are also people.
Because every time I make a post saying that I don't think that it's right or just or even logical that there are some professions or jobs that make hundreds of dollars an hour or salaried at hundreds of thousands of dollars a year while federal minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour, I have all of these people coming into my comments who don't follow me, don't know who I am, to like dunk on me. And they always dunk on me by assuming that I am a low wage earner. And they come into my comments and they'll say these people are out earning you because they made better choices than you, their work is more valuable than yours, shit like that, whatever. But the thing is, I'm actually in an extremely high income profession. I make a lot of money and I work very hard, but I still make a lot more money than most people who work hard make. Just because I'm the beneficiary of a broken system doesn't mean that I have to pretend the system isn't broken. And then one of three things happens in response to those comments. First, and most common, they just stop responding. Second, they tell me that I'm being aggressive or that it's like a really weird flex. Again, these are people that just came into my comments to put me down about how much I earn, and once they found out it's more than them, now I'm aggressive. Or they say, okay, and so you're a high wage earner, but you're clearly still stupid. Congratulations, you have found my point. We apparently agree. High wage earners aren't necessarily the smartest or the best at their jobs or the hardest workers. And to me, that seems fundamentally unfair.
So this TikTok by Cohen489 points out how whenever she talks about income inequality and the simple fact that there are a lot of people working jobs, that they can't afford basic necessities, all the things that you need in order to live, that a bunch of people flood the comments actively insulting her for having a low wage job and not understanding how she, somebody who is a high income earner, could possibly consider the thoughts, feelings, or needs of people that make less money than they do. And it speaks to something that very regularly occurs within right-wing spaces, which is just the basic idea that they seem to lack the theory of mind, which is the ability to understand that other people are different people with their own thoughts and feelings, and thus as a result they have very little ability to feel empathy for people who are different than them in any way. And this is a really big problem because it kind of speaks to how shameless and evil these Republicans are capable of being. It really speaks to the fact that they don't really care how horrible life gets for other people as long as they personally have a slight degree of comfort, because fundamentally they are simply failing to recognize other human beings as people. Quite literally, if somebody is in any way, shape, or form different from them, they just can't conceptualize that and recognize that every person has their own unique experience with the world. This is also why whenever you see these right-wingers that have a certain degree of success, they are often attributing everything to their own individual success as opposed to luck, because they do not view themselves as members of society. They view themselves as these sort of magical individuals that are the main characters of the world, not recognizing the fact that if, for example, they know how to read, somebody had to teach them how to read. And so just at that bare component right there, they didn't make their way through life alone. Not to mention the fact that a lot of these right-wingers have like stable childhoods where they had relatively wealthy parents and got some sort of inheritance. All of these different factors play a very significant role in whether or not somebody is successful later on in life. And yet these conservatives seem to think that everybody has access to the same stuff that they do, because once again, they do not understand people having a different experience in the world. This also is one of the reasons why these people are always shocked when people call them racist, because instead of thinking about how black and brown folks have to navigate the world, dealing with all of the racism that exists at the baseline of our society, not to mention the people who are like over the top with their racism, because they're not thinking about the needs and thoughts and feelings of those folks, then a lot of these right-wingers are shocked when they say and do something racist and then they get called out for it, because in their mind, they're living in a world without consequence, where they are the only main character and by definition, the good guy. And so they couldn't be racist because that would make them the bad guy. And this is a mentality that fundamentally I think more people need to challenge,